We're in the Unity of Sedona. It's a spiritual center in this beautiful, I could just show you these lovely mountains. It's set in a beautiful scenery of red rock mountains. I mean, it's not the first time that we've visited Sedona. We've been to synagogues and other spiritual centers here before, and it's a really, really beautiful place. And His Holiness Younus AlGohar will be doing a talk today. We will be doing the open heart ceremony, spiritualizing the heart, spiritualizing the souls with divine energy, divine light. And it's just going to be up here along the, so this is the actual grounds. It's a beautiful sanctuary with all gardens. A water wheel was behind there, and it's going to be a beautiful talk. Please stay tuned. We're going to broadcast it live. The topic is going to be spiritual sciences. It's going to be about reawakening the heart, reawakening the souls. And I've read up quite a lot about them. They talk about the inner Christ, awakening the inner Christ. So His Holiness will explain A to Z how all this is approached. So thanks very much. Stay tuned to ALRA TV. And here we are for the topic now of the spiritual liberation that's going to be spoken about here in the we've got the Serenity Chapel over there as well. This is the Unity of Sedona. It's in Arizona, and we have Azucena, our great organizer over here, who'll just say a few words about today's event. Azucena?
Good afternoon, everybody. We're very proud to present our Messiah Foundation event here in Sedona, Arizona. Sedona, Arizona is the capital of spirituality in America. We have visitors, millions of visitors a year visiting Grand Canyon and visiting Sedona because of Sedona's spiritual and metaphysical vortices of energy. And people come here from all over the world to experience metaphysical phenomena and spiritual enlightenment. And today we're very proud to present His Holiness Younus AlGohar, and we want to thank Unity of Sedona for being our sponsors and our host in this marvelous, grandiose, exciting event. We already have the conference room full of people, and more people is still arriving today. We also have a couple of great speakers. One of them is one of them is Ruben Saufkie. He's a Hopi Native American activist and ambassador of peace. He has traveled to many countries like England, like Spain. He has traveled to Japan, Mexico, spreading the message of peace throughout the world and solidarity and friendship between all the humans in the four corners of the globe. As well, we have another magnificent speaker. His name is Chief Golden Light Eagle. Chief Golden Light Eagle is from the Sioux Reservation from South Dakota, and he is the director and the founder of Star Knowledge Conference. Star Knowledge Conference is an organization that has conventions about 4 times a year in the United States, and they gather people, chiefs that represent a variety of different natives throughout the United States, as well as other natives from other countries in the world. And they're going to be talking about how to enhance spirituality and human beings, and how to open our heart to receive love and enlightenment and to fuse with the divinity. Welcome, everybody, and we are getting ready to start our wonderful event. This magnificent event, and I am also very honored to be the president of Messiah Foundation International USA. That title was awarded to me 2 months ago, and the main purpose of this event is to introduce to Sedona His Holiness Younus AlGohar, who is the CEO and the founder of Messiah Foundation International, along with other spiritual organizations that are under the same umbrella. And also we have other great speakers, and we are kind of running late to start our event, so I'm going to start by announcing their names so that they can come here to the front and they take their seats. So first of all, I would like to call Ruben Saufkie from the Hopi Nation. No, that's fine, that's fine. Okay, so now our great speaker who needs no introduction is Chief Golden Light Eagle. Continue with the brother Steve, the president of Messiah Foundation International in United Kingdom. He's here all the way from England. And now we are going to call His Holiness Younus AlGohar, Sufi spiritual master. He's a peace activist and a spiritual leader who advocates tolerance, divine love, and interfaith harmony. He's the CEO of Messiah Foundation International, and Messiah Foundation International is an interfaith organization which aims to raise awareness of universal spirituality. And His Holiness AlGohar grew up in Karachi, Pakistan, where he practiced Sufism, which is Islamic mysticism, until he met his spiritual guide, Lord Ra Riaz Gohar Shari, who taught His Holiness AlGohar another form of spirituality which is not confined to any religion. His mission is to take the message of divine love and interfaith harmony to all of the four corners of the globe by promoting the core of all religions, divine love. Younus AlGohar manages to transcend all religions' boundaries and unite people from all walks of life. His Holiness Younus AlGohar has earned multiple degrees from Karachi University, and Manchester University, such as master's degree in Islamic studies and English. And now we welcome His Holiness Younus AlGohar. And we're going to start with our first speaker, Ruben Saufkie. He's from the Hopi Nation, and he's an activist and ambassador of peace. Ruben Saufkie was the organizer of water run to Mexico City in 2006. He ran a distance of 3,200 kilometers, as long as with other, how many runners? Three runners. One of them was 12 years old, and another one 75 years old, and Ruben. And they wanted to create a new awareness of the importance of water. So they wanted to remind the world that without water we die. So they ended their run in Mexico City in front of the what's the name of the Tlaloc, which is a statue outside of the Gnostic, the Museum of Anthropology in Mexico City, where they met with other tribes from Mexico that came from all different directions, and here they mixed the waters and made did blessings and ceremony. And with here, I leave you with Ruben Saufkie.
Lomatahki. Good evening, everyone. Ay nahalay ti sama umatamo e kapega na kobe asus itamo megyak itamu yurik ya kapihalay today. We're very honored to be in everyone's presence this evening. Thank you for having faith in us to come and join us so that we can all share our own teachings from our own culture and our own religion. Ne Ruben Saufkie Senior yan pahan maatio kyang ne Mam kasi yan Hopi maatio. My English name is Ruben Saufkie Senior. My Hopi name is Mam kasi, which means afraid of the bear. But it also translates to fear. And we use it in our Bengali language. I am from the water clan of Sumopali, the village of Second Mesa is where I come from. And that's the reason why I honor water, which is sacred, which is life. And in our culture, our elders always told us, to remind us, to teach us, Itam susoy o umaute. We are all rain clouds. So we are all gathered here, all of us, the clouds, to form the rainbow. And what a blessing it is to go come through our sacred mountain and our ancestral homeland to see the rain, and feel the rain. And that is what is needed for everything to thrive. And also to heal, because water is the key element for healing. And here I created a little, I call it my little altar, the medicine wheel, which consists all of us as humanity. And I'm very grateful for a beautiful woman for opening up her heart, the Unity Church. And here I have a crystal bowl shaped as a heart. Here on this side is a etching of the bamboo, which is our connection from the third world to the fourth world, which we are in. Here we have snow clouds and prayers for a long, healthy, happy, Hopi life. So I put that in the center, and I have some sacred water here from Lourdes of France. I was there in March, on World Water Day, which was March 22nd. And as I approached the water where it comes from a cave, my friend, my sister, my Duchess sister, asked me if I would like to go live stream, and I said, no, I would like to keep this private because this is sacred, But she insisted. And I said, well, I guess it would be time to spread the word again of how sacred water is. And as I approached the cave, the water is dripping, but it's protected by a bulletproof glass. So you cannot retrieve it. And as I sat there and kneeling, she asked me, do you know, somebody says that she's your sister. I said, do you know Ananda? I said, yes, she's my cousin sister. She's saying that to pray for your uncle. your uncle had a massive stroke and is in the hospital. So I was shocked by this. So I said my prayers. I retrieved some water. And that night, my uncle came to me. And he told me, I am leaving Mother Earth. It is my time to journey to the ancestors. And I was begging him not to go. But he said, I had to leave. I said, but you're the only one that supports me. And he said, you're not alone. And he left. And I knew I had to come back right away. I had a week to go, but I asked to see if I can come back the next day. And unfortunately, I did. So I came to see him in the hospital at Flagstaff. And it was a sad day for me, but he chose to leave and we had to accept it. He was the true water carrier. I'm simply the messenger. So I bring this sacred water in honor of him and the spirit of water. And here we use it to bless ourselves. So we use from the east, the west, the north, the south, to the universe, and from Mother Earth. All the 6 cardinal directions. Here we have the blue corn. The blue corn represents Hopi. Hopi is simply a way of life, to live in harmony, in balance, in unity, in peace with everything. First, you must do it within. It's a way of life. A Hopi is someone who is become in line. Good representation of this is Buddha. Buddha is truly Hopi. I am not Hopi yet. So I have to say I am as Hopi as I can be. But I'm okay with that. My grandfather once shared, not with me personally, but with my 2 uncles. He said, we can never ever truly become Hopi, and our time is up here on Mother Earth. So be good, do good, and remember, Creator is always watching. Don't think when you do something bad, nobody's watching. Creator is always watching. But then again, there's satellites and surveillance now. So I share this with my own personal experience being an alcoholic. But I'm also a recovering alcoholic of a little over 20 years now. As you all know, alcoholism has no boundaries throughout the world. It affects everyone the same way. I grew up in an alcoholic family, and I knew the pain it caused not only myself, my younger sister, and my younger brother. And my younger brother died 9 years ago now, because of alcohol. But I'm very fortunate to be standing here in your presence this evening, that I was given another opportunity to change my life. And I'm very grateful for everyone that has helped me to get to this point. So I truly believe in all of us in oneness. Because when I remember my first week, I asked Creator for help. And a couple of days later, there was a knock on my door. There was 2 white brothers that came to my door. And they said, excuse me, sir, have you heard the word of God? I said, not today, come on in. And And they said, we're Jehovah's Witness. Oh, sit down. So I listened, and then they asked me, is there anything we can pray for? I said, yes, please pray for me to give me the strength to become sober. So they prayed for me, and I was grateful. A couple of days later, Mormons came also. Same thing. And then the following week, Father Clay, the priest, the Catholic priest came. I know Father Clay very well because I met him in jail many times. And on the land, you know, alcohol is prohibited, but we still drink anyway, because it's there. So, I truly believe their prayers work. So, I truly believe that we are all unique in our own ways also. All of us as the four colors of humanity, here in this little rattle. Most of you are the white cloud. We are the red cloud. We have the south, the brothers, the black cloud. And our sister here also from the yellow cloud. We're all here together. And the color blue is what binds us and bonds us, which is simply water. And when we come together, we form the rainbow. And this sign here, symbol, is Nakwachit, friends. The negative, positive, light, dark, mind, heart. It's our yin-yang symbol. Balance, harmony, unity, and peace. So, here these feathers represent the prayers to the Supreme Being, God, Creator, Great Spirit, Allah, whatever you want to call it, from your own respectful culture, religion. It always accepts our prayers. In oneness, sumi, unity. That's our philosophy. That's our teaching. It's simple. But why is it so challenging to achieve? So through my alcoholism, I found that and experienced it. If I can change from that darkness and become a better human being, I truly believe anyone can change. Because we all have many challenges in our life. So we shouldn't criticize or judge one another. Everyone is walking their own path. I know I've been highly criticized just by being here for what I've been doing. I finally have been doing something good, and yet I get criticized by my own people. And it was painful. But I finally found to accept it and make myself a better person. But continue to pray for them. And the compassion is the key for healing, because if you don't forgive yourself, you can never heal. And that was my first step that I had to do for myself. My wife is my greatest teacher because of that, you know. I put her through many things, you know. But she still always found the compassion to forgive me. And we have 6 wonderful children, you know. 3 sons, 3 daughters, 2 grandsons, and 2 granddaughters. And I know we're going to have more. So we're full of life. And I'm so grateful to be blessed with life, you know. Because I didn't grow up with a father. My father lives a little bit ways from me, like you were there a couple of days ago. But I had no connection to him because he was never there. But I'm grateful that I am here. So I am the father that I never had. And I think I'm doing an okay job. Everything I share is simply my experience, because that's where my strength is. And I'm very grateful to be born in this body, to become a Hopi. But Hopi is available for everyone, you know. It's simply a way of life. itam suso ita katsilon alum tuten ita kahopi ahoy na hopi tutan happy ubi. So through our challenges, through our mistakes, we can become Hopi. Be in line. Same thing as Buddhism, reaching in line. That's what Hopi means. And if you are living that life in balance, in harmony, in unity, there's a t-shirt that says, don't worry, be Hopi. It's a simple saying, just like the song, you know. Don't worry, be happy. A Hopi is always happy. I hope to get there someday. And if I don't, maybe my children, maybe my grandchildren. So we have to continue to teach these principles, the philosophy, to our children so that maybe they'll be the ones to become Hopi. And what I'm doing is I'm clearing the path for my children and my grandchildren so that someday they can live in a better place. You know? Mother Earth is beautiful. It's us as humanity that are out of balance. You know? But I know I'm speaking to all of us that are here for a reason because we've also awakened our hearts. But there are many that are still sleeping. You know? I used to think very optimistically, thinking that everyone can change just because I began to change. You know? But I don't know. But my role is to try to empower a lot of people so that they also have the opportunity to better their life. You know? And it's simply my experience. And I was very grateful that, you know, we took this prayer through running to Mexico City on behalf of water. You know. Quite challenging to do, but I was so grateful that many people came to help us because of water. Because without water, there is no life. So I look at myself being from the water clan, which we get our clanship from the woman. Simply because you are Mother Earth. You've carried life within yourself for over almost 10 months. You know? So we highly respect and honor a woman at Hopi. So that's why the land belongs to you. The house belongs to you. Everything. We work for you. And if there's an unfortunate divorce, everything goes to the woman. It's not a 50-50 split. And that's how it should be, right? More stronger than us. We need to honor you. Mother Earth. Right here, the center. Mother Earth. So as I speak, the water, even your laughter, the water responds. You know. I'm pretty sure you've heard of Dr. Masaru Emoto.
Yes.
When I first heard him speak 2004 in Flagstaff, I said, we already know that. But what he did was he used technology and he captured it. How you respond to water, it will respond back to you. And he captured it. If you speak sincerely, honestly, from your heart, it will transform beautifully in a crystal. And if you act negative to it, it won't respond. Our ancestors always knew this, you know. That's why we had these ceremonies. And when I heard him, I said, I was touched, you know. So I'm a silversmith, that's my art, you know, that's my gift. So I had created a symbol, a circle with a hand with water waves around it. I was wearing this bolo tie. I was so touched by what he said, I gifted it to him. I said, you speak of water, of how we know water. And that's why we do our ceremonies. Come in the next 2 weeks, we'll have the flute ceremony, which is a water ceremony. And then the other village will do the snake dance ceremony, which is also, we utilize the snakes to bring down the rain. And at Hopi, it is so dry, it is so barren. that everything we do when we plant the seeds, we have to nurture it so it can come to fruition, you know. And we cannot irrigate because we don't have the water to irrigate. Everything comes from here to the universe and back. And that's where the corn. I'm very grateful and very actually, you know, surprised and how our ancestors have been doing it for such a long time, and now we practice this, you know, in such a dry, barren land. So Creator was very smart. Masao, that's a picture of him right here, you know. Creator was very smart to put us in a very dry, barren place, which he called Duwanasabi, the center of the universe, you know. It had, when you go and it's really, you see nothing, but there's everything to sustain our way of life, you know. We are the only tribe, the people that were never forced off our land. Simply because when the people came from the outside, they couldn't take the sand, the dirt, the small bushes, the little banana trees, you know. So they left us alone 50 years ago, so they had been mining coal, you know. And they mined the coal, they crushed it, and they created a pipeline almost 300 miles away to Laughlin, Nevada, and using our most pristine drinking water to flush it in that pipeline. And that's why we had to do this run to tell the world that what is happening to us is happening to many places throughout the world, you know, on the water. So we don't know how much water is left for the future, you know. Water is very important and sacred. But we're also very forgiving also. We're a very passive people. We always say, haki, haki, wait, wait. There's a reason why time is moving so fast. All the things that have been prophesied have now been shown, you know. And it concerns me also too. Our elders are dying. There's a very few elders that are still alive, you know. My elder, my father's brother is in the rehab getting his hip healed, you know. He's 93 years old from the Bear Clan. He's my real father's brother. He's the only one out of that family that acknowledges me, you know. But that's a blessing for me. And that's another teaching my grandfather once said. By suit lonmat the damwat but up itam mung was to tin. Itam amum to ten, itam tatam yuqal to tin. It only takes one, but when we join, we become stronger.
True.
Isn't that true, right?
Very true.
But we're many, so I can feel the strength. So this is how the message continues to spread, you know. We did it through running, and you can simply do it through prayer, or when you throw a little pebble in the water, it ripples, you know. That's how the message only more importantly, feel here, you also share it with your friends, your family, so that they can receive the message from all of us here. And my grandfather also said, always listen to everyone. And if it doesn't resonate with you, you leave it for somebody else. Don't be too greedy to take everything, you know. That's not good. Always listen and be respectful. And simply be kind. That is what is needed, right? Throughout the world, kindness, you know. And we can heal together. No matter what has happened with our ancestors, remember it was our ancestors. We are the ones living today that can make things right so that we can heal together, so that we don't pass the sickness on to our children. I was grateful for this teaching in España, in Spain. And I brought compassion. and forgiveness. And I feel even though I may be one, I know there was many behind me, my ancestors. And it's important to forgive. Simple, but yet also quite challenging. But we must, if there's ever going to be healing within all of us, brothers and sisters, and Mother Earth. Kokwa, payasa, spaito, halay kya kyang ita kan si Wimak nabo kyang takyang yuk kalian happy uwi. Pailon mat ni, yes yo ni. Wimak ita timayang ta katsitam nabo kyang tam Yesus iti. Ponini to takamumuma. Kokwa. No translation needed because that was for the spirits also too. The spirit knows all languages.
And to continue, Western meets East and East meets Western. We are going to offer from the Hopi nations the Eagle Dance. The performers of the Eagle Dance are they are Ruben's children, whom I have seen growing up since they were kids, and they have also stole my heart. They are beautiful. So this is a dance offered on honor to His Holiness Younus AlGohar to welcome him to the United States.
This is my grandson. His name. So, Kwahu, the eagle, is our messenger. Oh, that? Okay, I think. Yeah. Okay. So we call the eagle Kwahu, and Kwahu is our messenger. From our hearts, our prayers on its wings to the Creator for whatever we need in life to find the balance, the harmony, the unity, and peace. So this is simply our prayer that we share with you this evening. So as we dance and sing, please pray with us also. Hold this ball. to sing an encore with Eagle Boy here, and we call it our solo song. So it's a song of prayer in oneness, in unity, for all of humanity and all of life, and Mother Earth through the waters and throughout the universe. We call in all the sacred directions for the rain to come and bless us. But in order for that to happen, we have to put away, set aside our petty indifferences throughout the world. Stop fighting among each other. Only then can they come, can they bless us, so that we can heal with all life and become one again. This is our prayer. And I thank you for joining us and bringing our presence in our ancestral land here also. Kokwa. We have a few gifts. So from the eagle, eagle feather. And it's from the wise eagle. This one, yeah. That's from the wise eagle. This is also for him. Bless him.
Thank you very much, Diana, Pavenka, and Jokbaya. Thank you very much to Ruben Saufkie, activist and ambassador of peace. He has also traveled extensively worldwide, including Germany, Holland, Spain, Japan, Switzerland, and Mexico. And now our program continues with a man that needs no introduction. Nonetheless, I would like to read to you about how Star Knowledge Conference started. I'm going to try to read from here, which is going to be very difficult because it's also a complex language, meaning the language of light. And being a little bit nervous, I don't know if I'm going to be able to concentrate and read correctly, but I'm going to try anyways. But what a great gift we have that Chief Golden Light Eagle is going to be here explaining and sharing extensively more profound about this concept. In 1996, the Yankton Sioux Reservation in South Dakota was a gathering place for indigenous tribal leaders from around the globe and hundreds of Native and Euro-American listeners. The occasion was the Star Knowledge Conference in the Sundance, convoked by Lakota Sioux spiritual leader Standing Elk, Chief Golden Light Eagle, in response to a vision. The vision showed that Native American spiritual knowledge about the star nations, extraterrestrials, was to be shared. This conference also fulfilled ancient Hopi and Lakota prophecies. Spiritual shamans from the plains tribes, Lakota, Oglala, Dakota, Blackfoot, Nakota, were joined by spokespersons from the eastern Iroquois, Obeida, Seneca, and Choctaw, and the Southwest Hopi, Yaqui, and Mayan tribes. In addition, the chief Maori shaman from New Zealand came from the southern end of the world, as well as a spoken woman for the Sami Laplander people from above the Arctic Circle. They came because they had seen signs occurring now, which had been predicted by ancient prophecies. These signs signified to them that the time had come to speak openly about their most closely held oral tradition, meaning secrets that are passed on from mouth, lips to ears to those who are ready to receive this knowledge. These traditions include their origin from the stars, the influence of star people visitors on the information of their culture and their spiritual beliefs and ceremonies, and the imminent return of these star nations. Now I present Chief Golden Light Eagle. Welcome.
Good evening, very beautiful evening. I want to ask Marcus to come up here. As you know, we're all multi-dimensional. You got your drum? And I think Marcus has been a Lakota in one of his lifetimes, so he loves music. He could probably tap into all your music. He can't sing like you, though. He has a beautiful voice.
Thank you.
He could probably sing it if his girlfriend tells him. Why don't you sing a song for us, and if you sing it, if I know it, I'll help you out. Means grandfather. Grandfather, look at me. Look at me, for I'm just an ordinary person. And I want my people to live. That's the song. Thank you. So, have you ever heard of, I think you have, probably everyone in here heard of the law of attraction? They said it's a secret, but it's not a secret. So we attracted each other, right? So I want to share with you that I work with the 11th, 12th, and 13th dimension, and also the 4th dimensional ways. And because of the law of attraction that exists, so do you. I want to talk to all the hippies. Any hippies here? My kind of people. No New Agers or light workers. You already know it all. So, yes. So, some of us still carry a 3D effect, right? We're kind of like get down on ourselves because we think we don't know this or we think we don't know that. We have what they call fear still in our system. And it's part of what they call a duality. Fear, unconditional love. Unconditional love. See how that works? It's called unconditional love, and somebody comes along right by. It's the law of attraction. So we have this fear. So as teachers, all of you, we're all in this. We're all family. We're all in this together. We're not above or below each other. We just have different jobs and different things that we need to do all over this world. And we come back here as family to recoup. You know, because it's wild out there. It's very wild out there. And we see it, we know it, we feel it, and we do a lot of praying. We do a lot of praying. And I thank my brother here for his words, for his prayer, for his song, for his dance, and for honoring our many Wichoni. This here, I get the same water from over there. Somebody always brings me something. And my job, I'm go back to this, what she talked about the Star Knowledge Conference. And we're a big part of that. If you love the sun, right? Everybody loves the sun, they depend on the sun. The sun is a star. Right, it's our closest star. We have been having the sun dance for the last 15,000 years. You know, getting information from our biggest computer out there, the sun. The sun speaks. The sun talks. Because the sun carries all the knowledge of all every generation of stars that are in this universe. And it's not 5 billion years old, you know, it's beyond that. So the sun is our greatest messenger. But when we work with the sun, you got to listen to it with your eyes. Learn to listen with your eyes, because all your senses are interchangeable. See, if you go blind, what's going to take over? Your hands are going to be your eyes. It's going to touch. Your smell is going to be your eyes. Your hearing is going to be your eyes. What you taste is going to be your eyes. Your senses will take over to embrace the other gift that you thought is gone, but it's still there. In another level, another element of light. So when we utilize and get the messages from the sun, we have to understand the law of light and the law of thought. Okay? We cannot comprehend the law of thought even though you think. And you don't know how fast that thought travels because nobody told you. And all you could consume is the pattern, the thought pattern that light travels at 86,000 miles a second. And how long does it take for your thought, if you travel with light, to get to the sun? How many? 8 minutes, right? 8 minutes, that's what they say. So when you talk to the sun, you talk, and then you wait. You wait the same amount of time that you put out a message. And when that thought and that message comes back, it's going to be a high vibrational message. You'll be able to retain it and share it, but you're going to forget just the minute that it finishes with the sound of the message, because you're going to drop your vibration. So the sun, as you know, carries so much frequency. It has so much beautiful frequencies as far as sound, megahertz, all of that. And there's zillions of frequencies that it comes and it brings the gift of that frequency to each and every one of us. And that frequency is so different. It's so good that each one of us, our voices are all different. Right? That's how solid and sacred that sun is. Our voice. Our voices are sacred. When your mother left, when your father left, you still remember their voice. And they come to you, you hear it. Because that sound is so unique that nobody else has it in this world. So you look at yourself, how sacred you are, and how sacred each and every person in here is. Then you'll understand just a little bit of what the sun's trying to tell us. And our sun is the greatest gift. And they said the only power that you need is the power from the sun. Everything else is based around a conglomerate of fear and control, right? The grandmas, they told us, you are all prostitutes. And I was like, what? Oh, yeah, she's right. She's working 8 hours a day. You're selling your body for 8 hours a day, minimum wage. You're selling your mind. You're selling everything. You're a prostitute. But a good one. So, breaking the patterns of thought is our job. This guy, look at, he's still crossing his fingers, hoping you can get his message. Yeah, look at that. He's not smiling.
Is it he or she?
I don't know. Don't go that far down. Yeah. So the star people, when they talk to us, they talk to us. They don't talk to us in English because they don't have no voice boxes. They don't have a voice box. They have our language, our original language that each one of us need to start walking with, and it's called what? Telepathy. The first language, our original language, is the first language of light, the first language of love. There's no ulterior motives. Zero. My grandmother is 100% telepathic. She knows all languages. All languages. Talk to her in your language, she'll just talk back to you in the same way. So telepathy is the original language. And that's what we need to put in front of us as a sacred path and as a sacred way of needing for transformation to take place, real transformation. But it has to come from right here first. And everything points back to you. As a teacher, we cannot judge anybody. You know, don't judge anybody. And don't even try to judge yourself. You'll get yourself in trouble. Especially when you comb your hair. You think you look good afterwards? You look the same. And I like the ladies that stand there all day and they be plucking out all their eyebrows. Then they draw them back on. So don't judge anybody. And forgive everybody. You talked about forgiveness. Forgive everybody. But forgive yourself first. Okay? Forgive yourself first. Because you know it, nobody else knows about you but you. You can't hide anything from yourself. You can try it. You're going to have to face it later on. Find peace with everyone. But find peace with yourself first. Okay? Find peace with yourself first. Love everybody. But first, learn to love yourself. How could you love anybody if you don't know how to love yourself? Don't try to understand anybody if you don't understand yourself. Don't try to heal anybody if you haven't healed yourself. As teachers, we gotta walk our talk, right? How many of are we walking our talk? You're a good liar. If you are, I salute you. We're working towards it though. The reason why you feel you're not walking your talk is because you've broken the law of free will. Universal law of free will. You've broken the law of the spiritual law of freedom of all, freedom of mankind. You've broken that law. You've broken the law of the universal law of change. Change. How many working at themselves to change themselves? And you tell somebody and they don't like it, especially your mom and dad, I want to do this. Your family will probably not want you to do this. They'll think you're crazy because you're going to make a change in yourself. But the spirits work at saying, before you make a change, pray for your family. And announce it slowly. Step back, let them integrate. Because you know what happens if that's not done. Because change happens at a pace that needs to be done with the love and respect for all your family. You've broken the laws of growth, stifling your own growth at times because you're afraid of what people are going to think. You're afraid of what people are going to do. You're afraid of what people may say. So we all went through that. We've broken the law of movement and balance. Universal law of movement and balance. We've broken the laws of spiritual strength, health, and happiness. We've broken the laws of innocence. Universal law of innocence, truth, and family. And we've broken the laws of the spiritual protection of our families. You guys were smiling a little while ago, now you're all looking serious. So you've broken the laws of the universal laws of symmetry. And the ego people that are here, that come and dance for us, they are the guardians of the symmetries. And the ego people say that there's only two types of people on this earth. Because all the animals, all the birds, they see us differently. They have every form of life on this earth has a message for us, two legs. So the ego people said there's only two types of people on this earth, and one is the materialistic mind of the materialistic people. The other one is the holy people. Said we shun those that only think of themselves and their material that they make, and we pay company and honor to the holy people. So we look at the holy people, it's just not you, it's the trees, everything out there. We just come from Denver, we had a lecture up there. Sit down, gonna have a ceremony at the sweat lodge. Guess who comes to visit us? Sat down, crow. So they were talking to it. Asked its name. What's his name? So he mentioned the name, but I can't remember it. But couldn't remember how to really pronounce it right. So he said, "We'll just call it Stevie." So sometimes on our dance, a buck would come and dance on our sun dance with us, and sometimes an eagle would come down. Because the collective consciousness of the circles are, their vibration has been raised to that level where the eagle would not fear your company. So we have the universal law of spiritual law of equality that we broke. And there is a whole generation of equality that was addressed in this nation. Of equality. And the trees are the messengers of equality. They don't discriminate against anybody. The trees, we live in trees. We got trees right above us. A lot of our things are made from trees. Wood, cabinets, tables, chairs. And we even come here and we depended on the trees, right? Rubber tires. And you don't realize the law of equality exists when you run out of toilet paper. Paper. Education, that's confirmation. Our educational system, paper, pencils, wood, another confirmation.
Old school.
Yeah. So, religion, paper. We got the Bible made from paper, from wood, you know. Sweat lodge, ceremonies, wood. There's always a tree involved. So the tree is our greatest messenger because it carries the highest vibration on earth. It's unconditional love. Anything green. So the vegetarians got it down. Keep eating those greens, but walk your talk. And you smokers, keep smoking. Those are leaves. Unconditional love. Tobacco. Tobacco. Don't be afraid of tobacco. We went down to California and they invited us to a sweat lodge. We all sat down. The lady introduced her and her helpers and all this. And after she said, "Oh, over there in those chairs, let's go sit around that circle. Let's get to know each other. We'll introduce each other and all this kind of stuff. And we'll talk a little bit." So we went over there. And there was a young man sitting there. He had sunglasses. He had a hat on. And he just had his head down. So they were introducing. And when it come to him, the lady said, "Oh, we do not allow people to wear hats here." So he sat there and he took his hat off. They put it back on. And he had sunglasses. And we do not allow people to wear sunglasses. So we took them off. Then put them back on. Then she said, "Well, I was told that if I don't say anything," oh, he lit up a cigarette. And she said, "You go over there, you know, and smoke that cigarette where you do not allow to smoke a cigarette here." She said, "I'm supposed to say things because if I don't say anything, that means that you could take my power away." So right away I went, I said, "Okay, I don't want you to take my power away. I have to say something here." I said, "I grew up around people that smoke. They're beautiful people. They smoke, they have a pipe in ceremony. They smoke a cigarette, some smoke cigars maybe. And my mother smoked 1 cigarette a day. My father, he didn't smoke for the last 30 years, but I seen him smoke a cigarette, and I love them. They're beautiful people. I see a lot of my family smoking. A lot of people that I know all over, they're smoking cigarettes. And I love them. You are talking love and light, but at the same time, you're creating separation, making people feel that you're better than they are because they're smoking a cigarette." But the interstate was right down the road. So you got millions of cars going up and down that road every day in San Diego. And they leave out and pollute the air. Millions. And you're scared of a little cigarette? You know? So she's thought about it. She said, "Yes, you're right. And I apologize." So we cannot judge anybody because we wear different hats, you know? Wear different clothes. Mine's whiter than yours. And we do that. We're really good at judging. That's part of the law, universal law of judgment. And you do that every day, every second. And you get up when you get up in the morning, you go in the bathroom and look at yourself, you say, "Oh shit." Judgment, you know? That's where you start when you look at yourself. And it goes on and on. Looking at cars, how people dress, their hairdo, you know, their makeup, you know. So we have to look at ourselves and how much we're actually doing things. And some is very serious and some is very funny, but it's good to have fun with it, you know. So we're looking at the laws of life, universal law of life. And we've just totally destroyed that law through war, you know, and also with our words, you know. Law of light, law of choice. the spiritual law of choice, we've broken that law by sometimes not listening to ourselves. The law of light, sound, vibration is similar to the laws of attraction. Laws of attraction. So everybody believed in the laws of attraction, like he said, right? How about everybody believe in opposites? Right? So some of you beautiful women are going to marry an ugly guy. You ugly guys, don't worry about it. We have the law of light, sound, vibration, and that works with body language. It actually works with body language. The owl people are the ones that are messengers for that. And one of the body languages is how many of you are crossing your arms? Yeah. As teachers, we're blocking energy. We can't do that. We have to help each other out, police ourselves. Because body language, as you know, is very important. Right? I was in Fort Collins, had a ceremony or a conference there, and these guys come up and said, "Oh, Uncle Wallace Blackout, his sons want to talk to you." So I said, "Okay, I'll be over there." So I went over there, there's two cowboys leaning against the wall, you know, like this. Cowboy hat, cowboy shoes, boots, I mean. And both of them, they're like 6'4". So I looked down, they're both had their arms crossed. So what is a good thing is people come around. I said, "Could you please unfold your arms because you've judged me already. You've already judged me. You're not going to learn anything or listen to anything that I'm going to say. You've made up your mind already." So they had an audience and they both looked at each other and doing. They didn't know how to stand. You know, like two little boys. And so I started talking to them, and they were trying to lift their arms up and cross. They couldn't do it. So they finally gave in and said, "We're sorry. You know, yes, you're right. You're right. We apologize." And because they tried very hard to block me. We can't do that. We're beings of light. We're teachers. We need to listen to each other because each one of us has a message from creation. And one of these days you're going to be standing up here like all of us. And you're going to share what creation has given to you. We also work with intuition, right? The law of intuition, we have broken that law. They say that it's a woman's gift, but you found out something from this. Before Vietnam started, as you know, they start wars and plan wars like 15 years ahead of time. So when they're working with Vietnam, they wanted to find some good, what do you call them? Huh? Trackers, yes, got it right, trackers. So they go out and find some trackers, good ones. So they come back. Okay, what did you find out? I said, "It's those Native American guys." "Are you sure?" "Yes." Okay, so what they did is they drafted a whole bunch of Native American guys in the service, and they went through the whole system, went in there, boot camp, then they took off, went on leave, got drunk, come back. Then when we went to the war games, they were just like anybody else. So they said, "You told us that these Native American guys we're good trackers. Yes. Go back and find out. Get some more information and find out. So they did. They went out looking, research. They come back. It's those Native American guys. So, okay, this is kind of serious. So what is so different about them? So they looked at them. They all had long bear cloud hair. Long hair. Women have long hair. So they call it women's intuition. At that time in the 50s or so, the men had crew cuts. And they couldn't lie to a woman. They tried like hell. And the women just felt that, hair would stand up, every place. And they just say, yeah, come talk some more. So we found out the men had short hair. You cut your hair, you get forgetful. You forget your anniversaries, right? You forget you're married. Forget birthdays. So some guy said, hey, I'm bald. How about me? I got bald. I don't have any hair. Don't worry about it. It's going to grow out of your nose. It'll grow out of your ears. You get all shaggy. All your eyebrows will get all shaggy. Because the hair, it tracks vibrations. The woman's could feel that. So that's where that comes from, a woman's gift, intuition. But we found out everybody has that, but it's done through the hair. All of your hair will stand up. That tells you something, right? Constellation. Stands up on your neck, what happens? All the animals, they got fur. That's why they don't come around us. Because we're nuts. They think we're intelligent. Somebody lied to us. And we believed it. So the animals, the birds, they don't come around us because they got a lot of fur. They feel your vibration, the true vibration. If you have fear, that's not their energy. Spirit. If you have fear, the spirit won't come around you. That's not their energy. If we know that as channelers. We know that as spiritual people. Law of attraction. See? If you have a high vibrational energy, the spirit comes in, channel, talk, visit, all that. If you don't have that vibration, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. So we have to understand that law of intuition that works. The law of judgment, we went over a little bit, tiny bit. And what follows judgment? Karma. Karma follows judgment. Whatever you think, whatever you say, however you act, karma at work, just like law of attraction, all the time. So if you're sitting here and you're looking at me, you got beautiful karma. That's how it works. We're all beautiful. We're all family. We understand that. So then then there's what they call the law of nature. Nature. And in these laws, the first messenger are the holy people, like the elk, the buffalo, the deer, the bears, the eagles, all these, we call them holy people, the clouds, the trees, the butterflies, the whales, the dolphin, they're holy people, because they still retain their original gifts, their original thought, their original light. We're still working in that area. So nature, and the deer people are the messenger for that law. Now, that law tells you, do not give away your power. The power that you have is right here. It's called heart. Keep this. This is your master. This is your teacher. This is your God. This is your goddess. This is everything. This doesn't know what's going on at all. This knows. See? Right? Just know. So, do not give your power away. That belongs to you. In other words, don't give your heart away. You give your heart away, especially to somebody that don't know how to take care of their own, you're in trouble. You're in trouble. You're going to be looking for your heart through this man, that woman, and you'll be going searching over here and over there. Not going to work. So sometimes it takes lifetimes to get that back, that energy back. Get yourself together. So nature, we have to understand the laws of protection of each other, each mankind, protecting them. So when the Elk people, they're the messengers for that law, that spiritual law of protection, they say the Elk people stand in the truth. See purity in everyone. See purity in everyone. And when you see purity in each and everyone, you find yourself in that person. Because it's a mirror. We're mirrors to each other. The Elk Nation stands in the truth. Always walk in gentle strength. You could feel that. Gentle strength. The Elk Nation stands in the truth. Always speak from your heart. Always speak from your heart, especially in heart matters. The Elk Nation stands in the truth. Know that you're a servant and a guardian to Mother Earth and everything that's here. You're the voice of somebody that can't talk. You're the voice of that tree that they're going to try to cut down. You know, you're the voice of them whales that are getting nailed with that sound. You're the voice. People don't know how to align themselves with animals and birds because they talk, right? I went to a Theosophical Society down in Florida and I said, animals speak. And somebody rolled their eyes behind their head, you know. So I said, they speak, yeah. What does the dog do when they wag their tail? What do they do? What does that mean? Happy. What happens when they show their teeth? Huh? How about hair stand up on their neck? How about their tail goes between their legs? Huh? How about when they grab your leg and go like this? They're in love. So animals speak, cats, you could go on and on with them. And so we have to listen to our relatives because they do speak. So they do telepathy as well. We have to get ourselves together. In order to, if we want to understand things, we got to be complete within ourselves. We have the laws. So those 4 laws with the Elk people, what they help you with, when you have those 4 keys to protection of each other, of looks and see purity in each other, walking in gentle strength, speaking from the heart, and knowing that you're a servant and guardian, it creates what they call being direct and to the point. Don't be talking around the bush, talking in circles. That don't mean anything. Just say what needs to be said. They'll get over it. Okay? Then we have this law called the law of love. The Bodhisattva, the Vichashaluta. This man, they always have them, but he had like 12,000 different lives. You know, 12,000 different lives, and he comes from a different universe, incarnated to Pleiades, and he came down here. But it took him a long time in the Pleiades systems in order to remember why he went over there. And he came over here to help humanity. His name wasn't Jesus Christ, he had another name. So So when he came here, he had 12,000 different lifetimes. And his job, just like our job right here, was to help to brighten the aura of Mother Earth. See? But he was a 12th dimensional being, according to what Grandma Chandra is saying. And what we need is to develop our vibration, our frequency, and raise it up to the 13th dimensional level. Then we could get some work done. Forget about politics, forget about religion. That's dogma. And the spirits, they say, Cassiopeia, people from Cassiopeia, name them. You got 10,800,000 different star races that are in this universe alone. We're not the only ones. We know that. We work with Andromeda, Alpha Centauri, Arcturus, and Sirius, and Pleiades, and Zeta Reticuli. We work with all those relatives, our families. So learn that. Learn that law of love. There's 4, Emmanuel, like the Pleiades, they said, Emmanuel is one of us. Anything with E-Al is our signature. Emmanuel, Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, Chastiel, Shamiel, Uriel. You've got millions and billions of Al's. They're from our system because we're the ones that came here to help brother have peace with brother, to stop that. Brothers fighting against brother. So law of love was his favorite law. But his name over here was Muchasha. He was going by Morning Star. He had these names. Like I got 13 names. 13. I do. That comes with these walking stages when your life changes and you have to go on to this next level of knowing, this next level of work. Bringing in the vibrations with 11, 11, 12, 12, 13, 13. Now there's 14, 14, which is here, but we didn't tap into it yet. 13, there's 13, 20, right? And there's 24/7. All these codes. 91.25. Got 13, 20. So it goes into this time level. So time is just a reality check. If you're standing on the North Pole, what time is it? Huh?
Now.
Oh, what time is it? If you're standing on the North Pole, what direction are you facing? North. One direction, south, right? Everything's relative. So there's so much there. Law of love. Then there's the spiritual law of healing that we broke. Healing. The grandmothers are the teachers to heal. They said this little ladybug is a teacher, and she said there's not one in the community, a clan or a tribe that's chosen. Not one. Everybody's chosen. You are all masters, you're all teachers, and you're all healers. Some of you don't think you are, but you are. You can heal with your toes, right? When was the last time you played footsie? When was the last time you played footsie? That felt good, right? Right? When you guys were younger, did he cut his toenails? That feels better, right?
That hurts. We're working on it.
So you can heal with your feet. You can heal with your knees. And you can heal with your arms. Your woman can heal you. What are you looking at? Oh, she has good pants on. So you can heal with your elbows, right? You can heal with your hands, fingers. You can heal with your hips, right? Heal with your hips. Some of you girls, you still have your strut. If you have that strut, you can make the man forget he's crippled. Your body heals by thought. So you can heal with your voice. Your voice, each one of us has a different frequency in our voice, and some of you like to listen to certain voices that really get to you, right? Some voices you can't stand. How about Barry White? All the women, oh. You know, they have that vibration in their voice. And if you tell your wife, I love you, she'll say, what? What? So it's the voice and how you use your voice, how you use sound. You're a healer. So you could heal with thought. You could heal with a prayer. So then Grandma said that you are all, that nobody is chosen in the community, clan, or tribe. Everybody's chosen. Know that you are a master, you are a teacher, you are a healer. Remember that. Somebody needs a help, prayer, whatever, help them. Don't say, oh shit, I gotta go to work. You know, help them. They're asking for your help. Now, is there a fire going on?
Alert.
Okay. So there's so much, there's this law of perception, there's also the law of what we call future sight. Future sight. So by people that crashed into a Palladian ship. So the Palladian ship crashed, landed way over there in Socorro, New Mexico. And there was 4 people here, and there was like, how many people in that Palladian ship? There was quite a few. And the people in that town seen all that. Now, in those ships, there was like 66 bodies altogether because of what they told me, this grandma that worked at the Wright-Patterson Air Force Base. We have 66 bodies just over there. Now, in these light ships, there was 10, out of these 18 crashes, there was 10 different star races. 10 different types of races of people that they took the bodies and they took them up. Now, in those ships, there was hieroglyphs in the ship, and they were all different. And the only ones that were the same in every ship was the symbols that are on this bar. Okay? And these bars were like 18 feet long, the longest were like 18 feet, and the other ones were like an inch. And I think Jesse Marcel seen the little tiny ones, the inch bar. He didn't know what they were. It was like 12 years old or so. So when we interpreted these and we put on the first Star Knowledge Conference, guess who came? The military. The UN, NATO, Naval Intelligence, CIA, FBI, name them. They came because they couldn't decipher these for like 50 years. They didn't know what they meant. Now, if that didn't have any power, they wouldn't have been there. They wouldn't have came to see what these meant. So you can see them, the crash debris, and the 5, 6-fingered people, those are Palladian. The 6-finger, 3-finger Zeta Reticuli. And the ones with the longer fingers with the suction cups, they come from a different universe called Urn. Of course, we can't prove that because. But these are the things that Grandma shared with me. So I'm just sharing them with you. So there's more, there's a lot more, and that's my job, is to teach universal and spiritual laws. Universal laws are feminine. The masculine laws are spiritual. And the universal law is the mind of the woman. And all the things that we learn was like what my brother said, was come from the woman. Over here on this Turtle Island, the woman is the covenant of the land. Our grandmas, their grandmas, our ancestors, our mothers, our daughters, our sisters, they're all the covenant. So when you're working with their codes, you're going to find out that when you're working with these codes, you're going to walk towards what they call the Ark of the Covenant, these codes. And that's what we use. We managed to get them, extract them, decipher them. And you have them. They're in your DNA. Don't externalize and look outside yourself. You have everything that you're looking for. Everything. I don't have your answers. I just have stuff that other people gave me, and so do you. But when you go in here, your teacher, right here, there's no lies. No lies. And please yourself. Because when you are crabby, cranky, grumpy, grouchy, bitchy, you're in your head. Right? If you're happy, you're dancing, you're singing, you're doing all these beautiful stuff, you're in your heart. And the Spirit says, you don't have to believe in God or the devil or in anything. You don't need to believe in anything. The only thing that you need to believe in is in yourself. Get yourself together. We got work to do. Now we talk to us.
Continue with our program, and I want to ask you, where is the list of attendance? Who has it? If you could please pass it, and the ones that haven't signed in and that want to be in our mailing list, we're going to share this mailing list with Chief Golden Eagle and Ruben. So please pass it and make sure that you sign in. And also we're going to ask for a donation for the Hopi children and the Eagle Den. So I'm going to pass these around, this basket. Before we continue with the next of the program, because there is going to be a moment when we do the initiation of the heart, or the opening of the heart ceremony, conducted by His Holiness Younus AlGohar. And we're going to do also a initiation of appointment of Shaykh, and after that we'll be done with the program. Also, I would like to thank and name Berg Loud, who is here tonight, just come to say hi. You cannot escape. You can't show up and these guys. Everybody knows Berg Loud here in town. He's here. And to continue, also I would like to welcome all my Sufi brothers here to the front. And so we want to have a recognition, and we are happy that you are here. So please come to the front, and please give them a round of applause. Microphone to our very special guest. We're very honored that you are here. Welcome, His Holiness Younus AlGohar.
Hi, good evening. It is an honor to be here among all of wonderful, beautiful people like yourselves. And I had a chance for the first time listening to what you've been explaining. And I was really inspired. It was wonderful. And I would also like to share our message of love and peace. We come from a different planet, continent. And our message is a spiritual love, unification, and it's non-religious, pure spiritual a message. And we propagate spirituality without a religion. And some of our colleagues will sing a Sufi song. And I think for 5 minutes we can have a Sufi song. And then afterwards, I will invite Steve Bell to tell us about heart activation, how to turn our hearts into a factory that generates divine energy, positive energy, and how to spiritualize our lives, and how to meditate. And we teach transcendental meditation. Meditation that can remove stress for our mind and set our heart to eternal peace. So all that will come a little later after this Sufi song. I would like to thank you again for inviting me here. Sufi song.
Oh, Jesus. Glorious.
much. Thank you so much for opening your doors today to invite us in. Quick few words about our organisation, Messiah Foundation International, which is a platform of spreading divine love, unifying hearts, that was set up by His Holiness Younus AlGohar, our Sufi master. But by no means is this being restricted to just Islam. Many people hear the word Sufi and they think it's just got to do with Islam. But this is a universal message. As you can see, I come from a Christian background. We have many Hindus and people of different religions, all under this umbrella of divine love. Because it's not about religions. We do not promote any particular religion. Our belief is that the religion of God is love. And whereas God, when He established these religions, He gave it two parts of the religion, not just the practical side, not just the worshipping that unfortunately all we witnesses in churches and mosques and synagogues. At the moment we just witness the dogmas, the reading of the scriptures, the physical worship. But there was a much more important leg, an important wing to the religion, which was spirituality, which was love. And this was the wing that would connect you to God. You wouldn't be connected to God by reading books. You could only be connected to God by spirituality. And spirituality starts with the heart. As our two esteemed speakers were mentioning earlier, it's all about the heart. We've been given different organs of our body for different functions. The eyes for seeing, the ears for hearing, the tongue for speaking. The heart, the physical heart, has also got a very important role in our lives. It contains all the secrets. It contains the way we can connect ourselves to the Almighty. But it must work with the spiritual heart as well, because we're born with 7 souls in our body, 5 across the breast, 1 in the head and 1 in the belly point. The soul of the heart is the one that needs to be reawakened first, and it needs to be given divine light, divine energy. All our food of the body is given daily. But what about our souls? What are we feeding our souls? Our souls need light, divine light. And His Holiness mentioned earlier, it's about making your heart a generator of love. So you can take love, you can give love, you can share love. It's not just about going for a healing session where you just feel some energies. You can hold, there's energies from minerals and botanical energies. But we need to keep reimbursing ourselves with that energy. But this energy of the heart, that's shared with us by our spiritual master, His Holiness Goa Shahi, this is an eternal generator, because it's about articulating the name of God. Whatever name you call upon God, Allah, Ram, whatever name you call God, it's about that name entering your heart. If your passage to God is through Jesus, then bring Jesus into your heart through the true name of Jesus, which is Isa. Isa is the most powerful and true name of Jesus. Others are just translations. And we can make Jesus echo inside your heart. Once that name enters the heart, then the physical and spiritual heart start working together. And rather like you rub your hands together and energy is produced, you strike 2 stones together, a spark is produced. That name of God entering your heart, your physical and spiritual heart beat together. It's not something you have to do, it's involuntary. This is the wonder of this beautiful spiritual science. It's all done for us. It enters the heart, and then involuntarily your heart is beating in the name of God throughout the day, throughout the night. And as it's doing that, it's producing positive energy, divine energy. And we spread this message because we've seen it work. We've seen it improve people's lives. We've seen people become spiritual. We've seen people go from arrogance to humble. We've seen people go from hate to love. It's so easy to hate. We're taught by our holiness that that soul that is relevant to hatred and to unforgiveness, to negativity, that soul is very much alive when we're born. But the soul of love, well, that's the task that we have. That's the true path that we need in this life, is that we need to find a spiritual master, a Sufi master, a powerful spiritual dignitary that can just glance inside your heart, reawaken your souls, and fill your heart and your souls with divine life, divine energy. It's so lucky that we have such a spiritual dignitary with us, His Holiness Younus AlGohar. And our sister Azucena here is introducing him now to California, to Arizona, to New Mexico. And we've already been on our first program where people saw Jesus, felt divine energy in their hearts. And they came over from all over California. We had a program up in beautiful Shasta Mountains. It was beautiful, absolutely wonderful meeting. And we did a ring of love and we produced this positive energy. So I just ask you all to have an open heart and open mind today. Grasp this opportunity to let your heart echo with the name of God. But before we do that, there's a couple of presentations I would like to make. There's a higher stage of spirituality where this turban is given to the person and they're announced as a Shaykh. And there's two individuals here today, lucky individuals that are privileged with that. And actually, Sister Azucena is not just going to receive the Shaykhhood, she's now being made, because she does such sterling work for Messiah Foundation International. She is given the rank now of President USA of Messiah Foundation International. So, where should we conduct the ceremony? She's been eagerly awaited to see you. You can see she's so happy and excited. This allows the person to share this divine message with others. It gives them more power and more strength to awaken hearts, and gives them a direct cable of love from the spiritual master to God. President of the Messiah Foundation International USA, Shaykh Azucena. Second to Ruben, could I please ask you to come up?
Wow.
Yeah, put another chair if you need some. Yeah, we're gonna take it. Congratulations.
the heart activation, the heart awakening. As we mentioned before, it's all about the power of that name. We will do 2 mantras. First we will do Ra Riaz, which is a very powerful name, and we will do Ya Isa, the true name of Jesus, and both of these will echo inside the heart. So you can feel it better if you feel your heartbeat. It's about articulating this vibration into your heart. So close your eyes, concentrate on your heart. And please repeat. Ra Riaz. 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 Ra Riaz, 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 Ra Riaz. Ya Isa, 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 Ya Isa. Just remain with your eyes closed. Articulate the name of God inside your heart. And how we can increase that energy inside our hearts for the next 7 nights before sleeping. Repeat this mantra, Ra Riaz, Ra Riaz, Ya Isa, Ya Isa. And it will increase inside your souls. If anybody would like spiritual healing, extra spiritual healing, they can come up to one of the healers, myself, Azucena, and Ruben, we can conduct spiritual healing.